Welcome back to the podcast that breaks down the longest running, most suave, debonair spy franchise around. I'm Brian. Oh, wait, no. Did I mess that up? This is Dr. No, Minute 41. I'm Brian.
And I'm Christian.
And this is the podcast that takes the longest running, most suave, debonair spy franchise there is and breaks it down one gloriously shaken second at a time, minute at a time. Never stirred, because this is Bond.
Minute Bond.
And Christian, what happened in this minute? By the way, we got our red stripe. Where's your red stripe, sir?
Yes, that's right. I got my red stripe right here.
If we get them 5 ratings by the time we're done breaking this down, we're going to eat cereal with red stripe in it. 1 bite for every rating or review.
Blah.
It was your idea. Be proud.
Damn it. Anyways. So, this guy's sitting in the room, and you hear the ominous voice of Dr. No. And this guy is trying to warn him that Bond knows where the rocks came from that Strangway had. And he tells him he's not a fool, he's definitely going to come out here. He also says that their attempts fail, and Dr. No says, no, you failed. Don't fail me again.
I will hold you responsible if he does come out here.
Yeah, right. He's holding him fully responsible when Bond comes out there. And he will. Not that I've seen the movie, but obviously he will.
So this doctor has been working with the 3 blind mice, essentially.
Yeah. He tells him to walk over to the table and pick up what's on the table. And it looks like there's a tarantula in there.
Yeah, a tarantula in a cage.
Yeah, which my prediction is that he's going to put it in Bond's room or something.
Oh, okay. I was taking it as like you're gonna have to hang out with this tarantula if you fail, but I think yours is more likely. Otherwise, why would he say pick it up?
Yeah. He's gonna put it right on his bed.
Right on his what?
I don't know. But how does the spider know? Like, I gotta kill Bond. Like, hey. What if he bites the person cleaning the room?
Hey, with great spider comes great assassinatability.
I guess Dr. No trained this tarantula to murder people.
Yeah, let's be clear. This is definitely in continuity the same tarantula from Home Alone.
What if the tarantula has like a little picture of Bond in the cage? It's like he recognizes him.
Just like one of those kid shows or something, like the platypus with the hat. I don't remember what it's called. Just some little animated character, like, yeah, and then you zoom into the face and all 8 eyes go like,
yeah.
I really did like the sound of his feet walking across that room. It's even that is like, the diegetic sound of that was kind of score for the mood. And then when we get the first bit of the cage in frame, we hear doo-doo, some extra music. And we didn't see that spider in the frame in the last minute when he entered. So it was a nice reveal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm actually shocked that we're in minute 41, and, considering the later Bonds, it doesn't feel like a lot's happened, Like,
I know.
Bond...
That's because I'm telling you, these older films are slower paced.
But does it feel like it's slow to you?
Yeah.
It does? It didn't feel slow to me or anything. It just felt like it was confident in its pacing, I guess. Does that make sense?
Like it's what?
Confident in its pacing.
Oh.
Because, we didn't see Bond until minute 8, really.
Yeah.
And then he shows up at the end of minute 7. And then he wins a bunch at a card game. Then he gets a briefing. Then he has sex for the first time, which is very important. Christian has told me. And then, he arrives, and first things that happen is he's almost ambushed by a bad guy. Almost ambushed by the good guys. Like, stuff's happening.
Yeah, not as much stuff as would happen in today's movies.
Yeah, no, that first 8 minutes I remember of Casino Royale.
There's faster cuts now, and there's more action. There's a lot more going on per minute than there was in the 60s.
More scenes in a sequence of action, If
you think about it, though, it's a lot easier to edit nowadays than it was back then, too.
Touche. But like, I'm even thinking about the opening sequence of Casino Royale, and that first we get that black and white sequence, but then we get a fighting ring with some snakes, and then a botched attempt to get a person of interest, and then this whole chase scene through the countryside, including a construction zone, and then ending in an embassy, and that's all one action scene. Where this one, the first action scene Bond had, was essentially like, stop, nope. Alright, smoke a cigarette.
A car chase?
Oh, you're dead.
Yeah.
It's simpler, I guess.
Yes, much, much simpler, for sure.
But we have an article that we'll be reading that talks about Bond's influence on blockbusters and stuff, and why Dr. No had such a huge impact, even though no one expected it. That'll be a Patreon exclusive until we're done breaking down this episode, and then it'll be made public on the podcast.
You mean when we're breaking down the movie?
Yeah. So after that, there'll be a few things like us reading and discussing this article, us reading some 1-star reviews for this movie, and then us watching the entire movie as one commentary instead of minute by minute. So we'll have like buffers in between each movie with extra content. But if we want that content ahead of time, just go over to Patreon and you can watch it a little early. But yeah, I dig it. It's ominous. It's still like a meal. Each minute is still a meal. It gives you something to chew on. But yeah, it is a lot less packed full of stuff. It's a 100%. Lot of mood, which ultimately I think that might have been important for the franchise, right? Like if we didn't establish all these moods and like the feel and the swagger and
the Bond films.
Yeah, ominous nature of the villains, we wouldn't have such a good foundation for these movies to go at a quicker clip later.
And how they use the little intro song, throughout the scenes and things like that. They really, they did a good job of setting the mood and kind of, well, we haven't seen the whole movie yet, but so far, from what we know of the Bond films, they've done a good job of setting that tone.
Yeah.
For the rest of the movies, for sure.
Nice.
Anything else in this clip that you want to discuss?
Not for this minute, but once we do finish breaking down this movie, we'll rank all the movies that we've broken down and the opening sequences, like the opening song, which will be more of a joke this time because we'll literally be like, out of Dr. No, what's your ranking? And our ranking will be Dr. No. But then once we get the other ones, we'll be able to compare them and have updating rankings as we go. All right, that's it for this minute. Please follow along with the minutes on Instagram at BondMinuteBond. If you're on audio, please go over and give it a rating or review on Apple Podcasts. We will be eating as many bites of cereal with red stripe instead of milk for the number of ratings we get. The only caveat is we need a minimum of 5 ratings before we finish breaking down this movie to do that challenge.
There's no guarantee that I will not throw up.
Please do. And then, if you're watching on video, please like, subscribe, and check out the other minutes. It's all really satisfied with it.
My name is Christian.
My name is Brian.
And that was money.
Every penny of it. Cheers with the red stripe, sir.
Cheers.
Bond.